We are tracking breaking news out of the U.S. A controversial Republican has been arrested. New York Congressman George Santos is facing several federal criminal charges. He's charged with fraud, money laundering, stealing public funds, and making false statements. He is in custody and will be arraigned later today at about 1 p.m. Eastern in a federal court on Long Island, just outside of New York. And our Magda Gebrselassie is on this story for us in Washington. So this is a 20-page indictment. Tell us more about these charges.
Yeah, so there are 13 criminal charges, and he is being accused of stealing campaign contributions and using that money to pay down debts and buy designer clothes. He is said to have also received unemployment benefits when he already had a job and he was running for Congress, and he's accused of making false statements to the House of Representatives. Now, this rookie congressman has only been on the job for a few months, and all along he has been accused of being a liar several times. He faced claims that he lied to voters, inventing or exaggerating details about his background, about his education, about his work history. And this includes claiming to have Jewish roots, having attended a particular college in New York, and working at Goldman Sachs. Now, he even said his mother died in the 9/11 attacks. Then he said she died years later from the toxic fumes from the attacks. His mom actually died in 2016, and the New York Times found she wasn't even in the country when the attacks happened. And when it comes to legal trouble, well, he has faced it outside of the U.S. as well. In Brazil, he was accused of using stolen checks. He made a deal on that and confessed to that crime recently. And now you have these federal charges here, and many of his Republican colleagues are calling for his resignation.
The bottom line is his conduct has been embarrassing and disgraceful, and he should resign as a member of Congress.
Well, there's a clock ticking, and George Santos should have resigned in December. He should have resigned in January. He should have resigned yesterday, and maybe he'll resign today. But sooner or later, honesty and justice will be delivered to him.
Now, when news of this broke yesterday, Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said he was waiting to see what the charges were. He wouldn't call for Santos to resign at that point. But now that these charges are out, it'll be interesting to see what McCarthy now has to say, Arthi.
And what's interesting, too, Magda, is that Santos was part of a string of unexpected Republican midterm wins in New York that helped boost the party to a thin majority in the House. So what could these charges mean politically then?
Well, for Republicans, obviously, they're going to want to keep these seats. They want to build on them in the next election, and that next election is next year. So here's Congresswoman Nancy Mace laying out why she's worried that this drama with Santos will hurt the party.
It'll be the reason that we lose that seat. We really should keep our own, hold our own accountable, and recruit someone who's going to be better and can win that seat and keep it in Republican hands would be great.